Okay, all you channel mammals, now we have to get to work. Okay, here's what we're doing today. Do you remember I made a video and it was supposed to be about unraveling these big hammocks that we had that had been left outside too many years, too many times, and some of the rope was rotting, and we kept on tying it together and patching it, but eventually I just thought, no, we're gonna take these apart, and it's hundreds and hundreds of yards of rope. And I thought, oh, we can't just throw this away. So I spent a couple of days, unraveling it all. And I thought it would be so much fun to use it for something, and we have exactly the need we have, a perfect need for using it. This is about twice as long as our original gangplank. So the way it is now, we're going to paint the wood part, probably black, so it just looks neat and tidy, because it's not really very pretty wood. And Yankee is so pretty. We want it to look pretty with Yankee. Then we're going to wrap with all this and more. I have twice as much at least, maybe 3 times as much as this. We're going to wrap the whole thing with this cord. And we're going to cover the whole outside with this fishnet. This is fishnet. See? So this will go on the sides. And suddenly the whole gangplank will look soft, and also you'll feel more enclosed, and you'll feel just more, it'll feel comfortable when you're walking along. It won't be so cold and thin feeling. So I think it's going to help the feeling of walking across the gangplank. Imagine it being painted black, except for the rails, which will stay aluminum, and then everything else will be wrapped in that old gray weathered rope, and then the sides will have this stretched. So you'll be kind of inside of a cage when you're walking. Uh-oh. Somebody who knows a lot about ropes is going to say, oh, Victoria, you're doing it all wrong. You should have listened to me. But since you can't talk to me, I can only make my own mistakes here. Because you're so far away in cyberspace. Okay, we're ready to make the cut. We realized now we have half for one side and half for the other. We needed to find something to tie the rope onto here. And I have been keeping these for about maybe 50 years. I've been keeping these, in the cupboard whenever you get like rubbish bags or something like that. And I never throw them away, because I think, oh, they'd be wasteful to throw them away. Maybe there's something to use them for. And now, look, we can do this. Just to keep this in line, this rope needs to stay together and stay on the pole. And also it seems like we can use the wire for other things. There, that's all. And we'll just do it along here and it'll work. And then we'll use these things up finally. Now they're all tied on both sides, and probably within 50 years, I'll think of another project to use these for. this rope obviously came from one of the two hammocks, maybe the other one that was more worn. See how it's more frayed, whereas this one is, or maybe this line is different, but it doesn't matter. When we ran out on this side of this kind of furry looking rope, it changed to some of the more crisp. Doesn't matter, it all looks great. I think it's wonderful. Because this wood is not exactly pretty, and it's all chopped up, you know, look at, we didn't even have enough of a 2x4 to make one long stretch, you know, so it's patched, and it's just not that nice. I thought, well, we'll definitely do something like paint it. Remember I mentioned that earlier on. And now I'm thinking that instead of painting it, which will only look bad when it starts wearing off, what about staining it just lightly, just to bring, good morning, just to bring some life to it, of its own life forward, and then varnishing it. Why then it would also, you know, fit in with the varnishing work, you know, on Yankee, the bright work that we do, and the little tiny detail work where we use, I'll show you up here, you know, in the bow area. See that the wood that goes up along the edges here and all. So I think it will weather better being varnished wood. And so, my friends, even though it wasn't able to be started and middled and finished all in one day, I'm still enjoying working on this wonderful idea and sharing it with you, and just being together through thoughts and movement of growth, ideas, inspirations, lessons. Have a wonderful day.